Some teachers throughout the state are overthinking lesson plans because they feel there are too many gray areas in this critical race theory law. So academic professionals are planning to head to Austin and demand a more clean-cut guideline for what is okay in the classroom. After hours for this teacher looks like this. Renee Hampton leaves her desk in the classroom for her DJ desk at home.
It makes me happy and it brings me peace.
Weaving different tracks together in a way that flows takes skill and a strong ear. Her goal is to take the listener on a journey.
So break it down each decade. You know, you can have all these songs, if you don't know the music, it doesn't mean anything.
Renee is a self-taught DJ, a student of YouTube University, if you will. She learns by trial and error, in the way most people do when trying something new. When it's time for her to step back inside the classroom as a sociology and psychology teacher, Renee doesn't feel like grace follows her. Like many other teachers across the state, this is her first semester of having to follow the state's law for critical race theory. She says it hasn't been easy.
It was more difficult than it was last year to plan certain lessons, especially with the classes that I teach. I have to be very mindful of the words that I use and the examples that I use because it can come off as I'm leaning to one side or the other.
In her class, some discussions deal with privilege, biases, and discrimination. These are issues that some see as controversial. To protect herself and other teachers in her district from allegations of teaching critical race theory, parents and students are asked to sign an agreement. This shows that both parent and child are okay with the curriculum.
I keep those in my desk, just in case anything ever comes up.
Lawrence Scott is the assistant professor of educational leadership at Texas A&M San Antonio. Lawrence says Renee is not the only teacher trying to stay in the clear. He says there are too many gray areas in the law to know what's acceptable and what's not.
It's becoming a pedagogical nightmare for the experts in the classroom. And we saw this in Southlake, where an administrator was encouraging, and training her teachers on how to teach the Holocaust. And now you have to give both sides of the argument.
Lawrence and other academic professionals in the state are fighting for more clarity with the critical race theory law. He says teachers should not have the worry that exists now. Until then, Renee says she'll be counting on those signed curriculum agreements as a security blanket.